Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the FTOG All the Mods 4 server, hanging out here at the Guardian farm, and I spent a bunch of time since the last episode finishing it up, and you can see there's a collection of stuff here. I was surprised to get so few squid. Squid just really don't seem to spawn, and I think that's because there's so much water around here that it really doesn't need it. And I can walk on air. Woohoo! All right, let's go take a look at what I did. I've got 4 pods here, and I was talking about doing 4 instead of just the one, because, why not? It balances itself nicely. And, for fun, I decided to do slightly different decorations. Thinking about it, there's enough of the dark prismarine here. This probably would work with little triangles in the corners, but and then I went ahead and used opaque covers here just because I was noticing some frame rates, and I don't know if you just noticed that there was a burst of frame rate lag. So right now I'm bouncing around 130 frames per second as it turns to night, and if I move around sometimes it's bouncing to 90. When I was up here and things were not capped, I was down to 10, 15, something like that, which was not very good at all. But having it capped really did improve the frame rates, which was really, really nice. And also, you want them capped because the Guardians will spawn much, much faster. And then the one thing I changed, I took the bottom 3 off and moved over, because that seems to be pretty much everything that we're getting. And then I moved my Megatorch back here, and it's been working. It's been working really, really nicely. Okay, here, let's just take a quick look. Break that, give me that. Let's come back over here, down a little bit, and then they start falling on down. And it's, like I said, I was really surprised how very quickly they get pushed around. Quiet, guys. Let's go ahead and put that there. So I can AFK down here and look up and watch them die, and I lose a little bit of spawning space at the bottom of these pools, but the rates are fantastic, so I really don't care too much. Added a little bit of lights in there because I liked seeing them flailing around and falling down, and I like lights. Anyway, so that's been working out very nicely, and I need to get back to my base, and been pretty much just doing dial once. Whee! Oh, yep, and because I got the hover on. Whee! I'm still trying to get used to how fast that is. But I liked that build. It was fun to do, but that's not exactly what I want to do today. I'm going to sleep and get a few things prepped and get back with you. Okay, confession time. I didn't spend much time preparing, as much as I was spending time playing with Charlie, because it's early in the morning and he's excited and he just ate, and so it's all time to fight and wrestle and have fun, and so I've been doing that. That is fun. Anyway, let's go take a look. One of the things that just got added to the pack was Botania, and one of the things that was weird with the server, I think because Botania wasn't in the pack and then it was in the pack, the IDs were all messed up, but Thorgal did some great work to fix that. So one of the first things whenever you want to start up Botania, you want to make the Lexical Botanica. Book any sapling, and that's the standard recipe. And so we'll grab that. Let's take a look. And it's slightly different because we've got this unlock progress thing going on, which I've not seen before. Basics and mechanics, blah, 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 blah. And then, what did I, oh, it is moving the stuff down that I just used. Okay. Blah. Lexical Botanica, that's what we just made. But how can you get, unless you've met it? Yeah. Mystical flowers is one of the first things that you really want to get your hands on. And because we've done some exploring in the world, because these are also world gen flowers, it's an issue. And now I could go into the mining dimension and do a whole bunch of work there. But since I don't, let's take a quick look. Mystical flowers, 16 flowers. It's also possible to grow these flowers using floral fertilizer. So that is exactly what we're wanting to do. Here we go, floral fertilizer. This, right click in the floral powder on it, changes the color. So if you've got wool or carpet on the ground, you can change it. I not noticed that. All right, anyway, so floral fertilizer and stuff like that I can make, which will grow flowers. So that's what we're going to do. Yes, I could go running around through the mining world, and am I only getting one, not two? Okay. Well, that gives me far fewer than I thought I would have. Let's put you here, you there, and that will get me 32 of the floral fertilizer. Now, finding daisies and poppies is pretty easy, even in an established world. If you've got access to bone meal, and by this point in a pack, you should have access to bone meal with lots of skeletons around. You can make the floral fertilizer. So that's what we're going to do. And let's wander over in this direction. Find a clear spot of ground and just hit the ground with the floral fertilizer. So yeah, something like this. There, see, made a few. How many? 1, 2, 3. Okay, looks like it made 4. Yay! Okay, lie or confession time again. I have gone to the mining world and I have collected all the flowers, but I'm going to use the floral fertilizer here to make all my flowers here. Let's see what 31 floral fertilizers do for me. 8? Really? That's all it's going to do for me? That's pretty wimpy. Oh, wait a second. What's going on here? Yeah, that's what happens occasionally when you use Botania stuff, is things happen like this where you get, Botania floating islands. Well, that's okay. I still have 20 more fertilizer. Let's sprinkle it around. Whee! Having fun. Oh, a few more. There we go. There. So now I have plenty of flowers, and I've got some Botania islands, which is nice. So, yeah, it looks like we got a few trees going on here, a little water feature. Dudes, do you really need to come here all this often? Whatever. Yeah, but what we've got here is an elevator hiding here that gets me up to my island, and if I go back down, it's the directional elevators that moves me, so I'm pointing more towards my building and then pointing into here. So let's break all these, because I don't need these anymore. Well, I don't need them on the ground anymore, because I'm going to use them. So yeah, I hope you like the little island here. Does something that? Yep, I spotted that. I like making floating islands. I really do. And since it's Botania and magical and all that sort of stuff, it needs to be floating islands time. So that's just kind of the way I like to roll. And gotta turn my thing back on. That's you. Okay. So I played with this in a creative world and designed something and figured out exactly what I needed as far as space-wise for the Botania bits that I'm going to be doing. And then I said, oh, hey, let's have a little water thing pour down. So I made another little island and had that pour down to the ground. I said, that looks pretty cool. And then I came into here and I made a few things. I made the template manager from Building Gadgets. And it's not all that expensive. Let's see, gadgets. The template manager, pretty cheap. I made a building gadget and a copy paste gadget. So, and those are up here. And this is a template that in the creative world I played with, where I used the copy paste gadget, and I did the two corners, opposite corners, and recorded the thing and saved it, and then you can actually put a piece of paper in here and save that out. Okay, it's pointing top left, bottom right, and now it's pointing the opposite direction. Anyway, so I did that, but I can't use it. I had to recreate my pile And yeah, here's all my flowers. I had to recreate my island from scratch because once I pasted stuff into this gadget, my screen goes really, really funky. Ready? Yeah. I'm not sure if that's being captured, but I've got this really, really nasty, ugly screen, and I can't see hardly anything here. Let me move around. Maybe you can see some stuff. I have to restart my client now. Okay, so 2 reboots later, because I forgot that I had my focus on the cut and paste and copy paste, and so as soon as I came back, it went funky again. Okay, so I have now Botania. Botania, I can spell. I've got the Lexica. I made this. It's time to make the Petal Apothecary. So let's take. I've got lots of these. Let's go ahead and do that. Petal Apothecary. I don't think I've got the slabs. Yep, I don't have slabs. I do now. All right, let's make the Petal Apothecary. And then one of the first things I want to make is a pure flower. You know, I only need one. Seeds. Let's grab a wheat seed. Actually, I'm going to take a bunch of them and dump them in here because I will be using those. And, you know, I need some water. Do I have a bucket in here? I do. Cool. Okay, so let's set up a Petal Apothecary up there. Let's turn off my jetpack. Alright, so if I'm going to Petal Apothecary something here, do I have... I do. How even better. Okay, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the that's too far down. Let's put it down 1. There we go, and hit the bucket of water. I need to bring up something up here so that I can. Yes, and I need to bring something up here so I can get water very easily. But I find I like having that low rather than standing up. That's just me. Next thing I need is to get some stone and some wood going here. Feels so slow when I don't have the jetpack on. Okay, let's grab a stack of rock. Yeah, this dark stone, that works. And spruce. I've got lots of spruce. So let's go with those. Yeah, we can get rid of this. Oh, hey. Let's grab another thing of bucket. I might hide a sink up there just because that's a nice... Dude, really? Go away. They keep knocking on the door and say, hey, would you like to buy something? No. Right now, no. All right. Let's do this first. So we'll just plop down some logs. Yep, that'll work out nicely. And I wonder, I've got my excavator tree capitator here. And it also does silk touch. Although I've learned to be careful with that. I've twice crashed my client by using the tree capitator with silk touch on a storage drawer. And it breaks it, and my client crashes, which is not much fun. Okay, you know, I should bring up my chest from down there. So I've got my bits and whatsits up here, which is handy. In fact, if we're going to put bits and whatsits, we could put the bits and whatsits up here and a sink right there. So while that's transforming, let's turn this on because much faster. Let's see, clay. I need 5 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and sink. Because, yeah, terracotta, and I need a watering. What's it? Let's take you, toss you in there. Oh, no, I need to actually get a bucket with the water. And by now, we should have a sink. That's cool. I love how fast that is. All right. I'm just going to grab... You know, I think I may have room for... I don't have room for everything. I'm going to use my magnet. Come with me, stuff. Yes, you are coming with me. Cool. All right. We're going to fly up. Come up, come up, come up. More up. Yay, it's converted. Did you stick with me? I think it's still down there. All right. Anyway, I'm going to use this Tricapitator. Nope, it's only doing one at a time. All right, that's fine. Let's put down some more of this. And I'm full sink. Let's put the sink right there. And there's no really place I can put anything, so let's put the bucket back here. And now I've got room. Where'd my... There. Come to Grok. You know, not having enough inventory space is a pain. Let's switch bags. Yay, inventory space. Now I've got all that stuff. Because I'm going to take this chest and plop her right here, and I can still access the sink just below it, and it hides the sink pretty nicely. So, perfect. Let's do that. Let's dump all the stuff in. Stone can go in there too. Let's grab back these bits. Yep. Nice. All right, so, and just in time for that to convert. Very nice. Let's do the stone while we're at it. Some of that. Because I need a bunch of this stuff. And it's got the particles, so cool. The dark stone will work. I want a cool looking... Let's do one of these and some of that. I need to make me a wand. Oh, grab those out. Oh, and I also need a chest, not a chest. I need a crafting station up here, or at least a crafting table. And for the nonce, I'm going to put it here so I can do stuff. Oh, I need my living wood. So 1, 2, 3. It gives me twigs and something like that. There's my wand of the forest. Ta-da! Wand of the forest. And I'm just waiting for this to convert. Oh, Oakleaf Carpet. You just take 2 oak leaves side by side and you get the carpet, which is pretty spiffy. It hides the slightly different green of the green elevator, and it's hard to see, but there's a little arrow right here because it's a directional elevator. Anyway, so at this point now I can start making, yep, there's a mana pool, and I need some gold because I want to make a spreader. And let's look at the Botanica. Anything mystical flowers. Oh, there's a bunch of things. Which are these achievements? Functional, mana. So there's a ton of locked stuff, but I'm trying to figure out, am I unlocking stuff as I'm doing things? It looks kind of like the case. Runic Altar. Did I click you? Yeah. Not quite sure what that symbol means. Unless it's... Anyway, I can make something. A floral pouch would be handy. So any color wool and a flower. Let's grab some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a flower. And if we go back, I need generating flora, and an endoflame is pretty much the first thing that people start with. And all of that's up there, except I need something to burn, which I've got a lot of blaze mesh, which is just 9 blaze rods, and that's a huge amount. If we take a look, fuel, it burns 120, and I don't have my extra information on, but it's a lot of heat units stored in there. It's like, now I've got to invent numbers. It's way more than a block of coal. And so that also is very handy, or a block of charcoal would be handy. But this is way, way higher than that. All right, so if I can do that, I can go like this and this. Let's throw in there. Yep, that's the Botania spreader, which is handy to have. And I'm going to take that spreader, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, put it there. Let's take the pool and put it there, and then I'm going to direct that there. And you want to put down the spreaders first over your functioning flora. Put some stuff away. You can go away. You can go away. I need a floral bit, and let's sort. Still have lots of the grays. So if I put you there, you like this. That's supposed to make the. Why you no makey? Let's go back out of here. Oh, holy cow! I went from like 10 to 123. Okay, that yeah, I don't understand. Wool. Oh, it's just the petal. Okay, that's all it needs. It doesn't need the full flower. All right, well that's okay. There we go. And I built that mainly so that I'd have something to advance, but if we look at the advancements, oh, maybe it's different chapters. Oh, okay, so this chapter I've locked everything but this one, so I guess I need to still make the Runic Altar, and that's saying it's unlocked. We go back here, generating flora, hydrangeas. Because they die over time, I don't like making hydrangeas, but I will make an endoflame. And let's see, that was brown, red, and light gray. And let's see if I can remember that in the time it takes to sleep. Okay, so I think it's 2. Let's make 2 of these. Red and a light gray there. And then I need 2 of you, and I need my bucket back. Give me back my bucket. I should post my bucket around here. Yep, sneak some water in there. That. And if I have remembered, there's my endoflame. And if you have an empty hand, you can just right click it again and it'll refill it, which is very handy when making lots of these. So this, I'm gonna pull a little bit over here. And with these guys, if I click them, interesting, I'm curious. Oh, that's gotta be the how much they fill. I'm looking at the endo, or the okay, I'm looking at my endoflame, and it shows that it is bound to the spreader by the highlighted box, but I'm looking at the icon there, and that's new. It's got that little green, like a 1 on it. What does that mean? Let's break that. Okay, so there's the X of, that's got to be a check mark, and it's just missing the check mark, or it's not doing that right. And rebind you there, and remember the location. Okay, so those are still working. If I dump down 2 of these things, this is where I'm not liking the magnet very much. Let's go up high, and the magnet is a pain for that. 1, 2. Are you picked up by the flowers? Yes. Okay, so these guys are now going to pour mana into this. In fact, if we right-click this thing, you can't see it. It's going into the spreader as fast as it can, and that little green line of mana goes up sufficient that it has enough for a burst, and it bursts right there. I like having my mana spreader right next to my mana pool, because that burst takes time, and since it's right there I can have lots of these endoflames all feeding into one single spreader, and as long as it's right next to a mana pool, then it will work really, really fast. If I have this farther away, say 3 or 4 blocks away, I can only put like 4 or 5 different endoflames on it, and then it'll start filling up the spreader before it can burst, and then you get backlogs, and that's a bad thing. So that needs to just run for a while, and these will run for a long time, which is very, very nice. And I need to remember to keep processing my living rock. And this, unfortunately, is just going to take a while to do, but what I do want out of this is I want the ring of magnetization, that guy, because currently right now I have on my magnet here, yes, magnet 3 is on my greaves, which has been very, very nice to have, although I'd rather have this, because you saw how I was trying to throw stuff off and it popped right back into my inventory. That's handy in not losing stuff, but I would really like to be able to get around that. I want to be able to drop stuff onto here, and for that I need some mana steel. Yeah. And let's grab these bits. I think what I will do is set up, I'm trying to do 2 things at once, set up a crafting grid network up there so I can access my bits. That would be really handy. I need, that's for the lens, and then I need 8 more for everything else, and then I need some glass, and a pane will work. Okay, let's look at the recipe, make sure there's that, that, and that. Okay, because the recipes change, the mod pack authors like to change things, and I don't need to take the elevator. I can fly up, but that's a little bit faster. Anyway, so that's going to produce this, and I need to again with the magnet. Okay, let's take off those, and I need 8 of these. Not enough mana yet. Okay, and if you take this and you highlight over the pool, you've got that X in there saying there's insufficient mana at this point. Let's turn that off. Because I definitely do want to get sufficient to make my ring of magnetization. But let's take a quick look at the book. What has been unlocked? I made these 2. All these generating flowers are locked. Okay, functional flowers. I can shrink flowers. I can, yeah, I know those. These, the bellthorn harms. The bergamot, I think, shuts up things. The dreadthorn, what? Adult animals. And the Signolia. I love the Solignolia. I love that because it's the magnet blocker. So I like making these, because if I'm tossing stuff down, if I set up some automation here, which I might, but these things last so long, it's probably not worth it. And you know, there's no chunk loading in the pack, so 1 ingot. So there's no chunk loading in the pack at this point. So it really doesn't make sense to do stuff that if I'm not around. So there's the lens of magnetization, and now I just need these 4 more, and I will have my ring, which will make me super, super happy. Oh, I was going to do some more stone. And yes, setting up automation to make lots and lots and lots of this is really easy to do, which I will go ahead and do down there. For right now, I don't need the automation, but it would definitely be good to do, but not right this second. I'm thinking, you know, it'd probably be easier to set up this automation. No, thinking refined storage, it's just going to want to just run and run and run, and I don't necessarily want to do that. Anyway, letting that ramble on there while that processes. How are we doing for this? Of course. Yeah, the beginning part is really painful because there's not much that you can do. I do want to make Glimmering Flowers. Glimmering Flowers are really nice. If we turn on my thing, that right there is a glimmering white flower. You take 2 glowstone with the flower, any of the 16, and that now is a light source, like a torch. And so that's what's lighting up this area right here. In fact, if we take a quick look at the numbers, that's the light source of 15. That's what's lighting up this little island piece. And then down here, I did the same thing with this guy, the yellow flower, and that's the light source down here. Up here, I have no light sources at this point. So, check. Yep, no light sources. So that's where the having the mega torch on is very handy, especially if you don't break your flower. Let's not break that pure daisy. If you are not... Talk lag for a second while waiting for bits to process. Nope, not enough. Botania, unfortunately, while I really enjoy it, and there's a ton of cool stuff in it, it's more of a tech mod with the fact that you don't know how much power costs. You just get bars instead of, you know, numbers. So we look, that tiny little blue line, that's all the mana I have. And that pool will hold up a whole lot more. And this is telling me, you know, the green stuff. There's no numbers. But anyway, the thing that I like Botania, but it can cause some major server lag because some of the way these things are coded is not that really efficient. So looking at this, this flower is going to tick because it's checking all of the areas around every tick to see, is there a wood piece in here, and then it increments a count. And when it counts up, I think it's like 80 seconds worth, then it will turn that log into the living wood, or the stone into living stone, or living rock. But that means this flower is checking 20 times per second, 20 times 8, over and 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 over. There's more efficient ways of doing that, but the code isn't there, and there's some limitation with Forge, and so it will tick. Most entities do tick, but what's worse is when this has fully converted. There we go. When these things have converted, this now ticks more, and it's really annoying. Looking on servers where people have set up something like this, walked away, and they'll have like 5 or 6 or 7 of these pure daisies, all with completed living bits around them, just ticking. And this also ticks a whole bunch, which is not so good too. The mana spreaders are one of the things that ticks a lot in Botania, but some of the other flowers really tick. The munch dew that eats leaves, it checks, like this one checks 8 areas 20 times a second. The munch dew checks 4,000 blocks every 20 times a second. So that's a lot of ticking. Let's put in this last one. Yay! Let's make me a ring. And I believe it is shaped. Yes. So I have me the ring. And if we put that there, oh, now I can sit there and take stuff and drop it out onto the ground. Whoops, no, I don't want it to burn those. Let's try a different thing. Good thing the stuff is still full from the blaze meshes. And there's that delay. So I can drop stuff off, and then a short little while, the magnet picks it back up, which is handy, but can also be a problem if you drop stuff accidentally and it's over a void and it's just gone. There's no way of getting it back. All right, so I've got more stone to convert, and I need to produce a lot more mana. I think I will go ahead and make another pair of these endoflames. Maybe, yeah, make a pair of them, and show you some ways of setting up some automation that are, there's some good things and bad things with them. All right, I decided to go ahead and make 2 sets of these endoflames. And because of the nature of the requirements to build them, I always build them in pairs because I have the flowers, not the petals, and so it was just as easy to make 2 pairs than it was to make the one, and has been working really, really well. Let's take a look at the... There we go. Over a quarter of my mana pool is now full. I've used 24 of the mesh at this point. The 6 here burning right away. And let's break this because I have plans. I was talking about automating this later. Right now, I want to automate living wood. So let's make the destructor from refined storage go away. And we're going to sit there and make one of these glimmering white flowers. And then I'm going to toss in some grass, and that gives me a pasture seed. And so now if we go like this, like that, and like this, that gives me a floating white flower, which is nice and all that, but if you combine it with any functional flower, it will become a floating one. So that's what I'm looking for, and it's night, so let's run out of here. Not that it matters because, you know, torch, but what I am wanting to do is before we do that, let's run and steal a piece of equipment from out here. I want something to place the blocks, and the block placer does use power. Let's just break that. There'll be a hole in the floor. Don't care right now, because if I'm going to use the destructor to destruct stuff, oops, left the door open. Must have been raised in a barn. If I'm going to use the destructor to destruct some of this stuff, then I need the block placer to place stuff, and so that needs power, and that needs connection. Aha, we have power right there. So I'm going to put the block placer. Doink. That's not helpful. Where are you pointing? Can you point towards me, or do you only point away? Oh, that's painful. Because that's... Okay, well, it's got to point away. Let me break that block right there. Oh, and that was one of those blocks. Okay, I'm going to put some blocks, a block right here. That's what it's going to be pointing into. Yes. Let's go up. There's my elevator. Up. Wah. Fan off. All right, so I need to take my block placer. Oh. Nope, darn it. Oh, sometimes, see, that's in bind mode. What if I change it to function mode? And nope, still won't rotate it. Sometimes you can rotate with that, which would be very, very handy. And I want to, there's the bricks. That looks like that will work. All right. I'm going to fix that later. Ignore it right now. It would be nice if it were working like I remember in 12, where it would actually let you rotate machines with this in function mode. Anyway, so I want to do, let's put that in there, and it should go boink. Yep, and that will place blocks for me. And I don't need to do super huge amounts. That's plenty of space. It's not quite a that's not quite a full chest, but that's pretty good. I want to sneak right in between here. There. All right, that's what I want to do. Now, it is... Stop. It is just consuming everything and putting it right back into the network, which is not what I'm looking for. Instead... Oh, and I don't have any living stuff on me. Yeah, just for speed, I'm going to zip up here. I need one of you and one of you. Thank you. Oh, I've got 5 of you already on me. So, I need to teach the destructor what to destruct. Otherwise, it'll... off. Otherwise, it's going to just destroy everything that it sees there. So, I want it to destroy living wood and living rock. Those are the things it's going to consume. So blocks like this, it does nothing. In fact, here, if I break it, nothing. But these guys, oh, it's set to redstone only. Let's turn that off. That's the part where you get taken away. Only works without. Ignore redstone. All right. This is the part where it should get rid of it. Why not? Type, destructor, exact mode, off. Pick up items instead of breaking them, no. Oh, that's the black list. I want it to be the white list. There we go. Boom, done. And let's place the living rock, and boom, gone. There we go. That's what we're looking for. So we'll go back to here again. The key thing was, this is the white list. I want to destroy these things only. Anyway, I need to then process this. So I'm going to take my floating daisy, and I don't want to affect that wood back there, so I can either put it here or here. Yeah, I think this probably work really well. And there's the sparkles. So this will go ahead and slowly transform the 20 some odd stuff that I have in here, dark stone, and it'll turn that into living rock for me. You know, one at a time. Am I in a screaming rush to get this converted? No, no. And the good news is, tick-wise, that should only have one block ever that's sitting there completed that would cause it to tick. And since that gets consumed really, really quickly, there shouldn't be an issue. Let's go ahead and sleep. I don't need to sleep. Thorgal's on the server, and he's also doing some Botania bits right now. And he's doing some other stuff, but that's a spoiler, and I won't do it. You'll have to watch his video next. I do want to... okay, so there's the destructor. That can go away. I want to work on a Runic Altar real quick, and then... oh, that's right, I turned it off. I can't fly up, I've got to use the elevator. I want to make the Runic Altar real quick, and for that, let's toss down a few torches, because it's dark up here. There we go. And I need that, and if I recall correctly, it goes like this. Yep, there's my Runic Altar, and that should complete a questy thing. Let's put that there for now. Where's my book? I was looking at the functional flora stuff. Runic Altar. Why? I'm not sure what that little thing, it looks like a question mark to me, and it didn't unlock. Maybe it's because I need to make something. Okay, let's do that. Iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 iron, and I need a mana pearl. Pearl. Grab one of those, and then I'm going to need a living rock and a bunch of other stuff, because I'm making the Rosa Arcana, pink, purple, and lime. So I need a pink. There's a pink. I need purple. There's purple, and I need a lime. Put that there. Now I need 2 of these, and 2 of these, and only 1 of those. And I do need the mana, or the, there we go. Because if I recall correctly, it's 5 for the, it is. Now it's getting no mana at this point, because that's coming from the mana spreader, which is not pointing there. Now it is. And the little progression wheel there is spinning along very nicely. As soon as that is done, I'm going to redirect. You can go back to here. No. You. There. There we go. This needs a living rock. And that's on top. And then you hit it with the wand. And now I have a rune of mana, because I want to make this Rosa Arcana. That's the purple, pink, and stuff. I need my bucket, and why do I always keep moving it away? I do not know. So, 2 you, 1 of you, and a seed that I don't have. Oh, and I need the rune as well. Now, I was talking about automating this, and I was going, right now I don't feel the screaming need to automate it, because I've got the a ton of mana or a ton of experience that I can put in there. So I'm going to stick that for here temporarily, and when you stand close to it, it will suck up your experience. You can see it's sucking it away, and that will put it into the pool. So I'm going to let it suck up 65 levels worth of experience, and then I'll right click and see what that growth was. I may use experience for more of my active pushing of mana than using these guys, but I still want to automate these. And all gone. Let's check the pool. That's not bad. That's a little bit more than well, whatever it was. That's not bad. A bit more than a quarter of a pool for all that leveling. And I've got tons and tons of the confection, the experience confection, and got a comment from somebody about how to make more of that. And I was going, I might do that. But so that's working out very, very nicely. Now, if you look, I put a composite lens on there, velocity and potency, because I noticed it was going really slow. And so I decided, okay, let's increase that. Actually, while that's doing that thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you crouch, and that disables the magnet until they all, there they go. It's because, you know, I need lots of mana. So let me take a look at some stuff. I don't think I showed off this. I got the crafting grid up here. I've got my spruce drying rack, so I don't forget my stuff, which is good because I want to have my bucket with me at all times. And I want to do a few things. I want to sit there. Oh yeah, the potency, velocity. It's just making these runes. The runes pretty simple. I already made the mana rune, and so that's pretty simple there. I do want to make this the band of mana, and that means a mana tablet. So I need pearl. Let's grab one of you, spit you through here. Ta-da! All right, and make me that. And then I need some iron. I'm having problems with typing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I said 8. There we go. Because I'm going to make 2 rings. So dump that off and got it back. All right, so this here with that gives me a band of mana. And that, I've got none in it right now, which is okay because I'm going to sit there and make a band of aura, which actually, press G to open the accessory menu. That actually will generate mana for me. So let's actually click here, click there, click that, and I've got a rune of mana already created. Got several. So having this in your inventory will slowly generate mana for you. And I'm actually going to drop that into my inventory. The ring of magnetization I love having there. The band of aura I'll have in there, and then this band of mana will just slowly tick up mana as I'm running around doing stuff, and as I do stuff that can be used, that can use mana, that will go ahead and pull it from there. Let's go ahead and stick that. That was a weird glitch. All right, so that can go away. That go away, and that can go away. A mana blaster. Oh, I love mana blasters. So I need a diamond, and that needs to be a mana diamond. Ta-da! And looking back at my mana blaster, I think I've got everything but that piece, which is the pulse mana spreader, which is just a mana spreader. And I need a bit of redstone. Go away. And put that there. Pulse mana spreader. I can now make me a mana blaster. Ta-da! And it just shoots bursts of mana someplace. Now, I could shoot that at like this mana spreader. Nope, I'll just steal the the lens from it. Let's put that back in. If I shoot it from far enough away that I don't access it, and I'm out of mana, which is a pain. But this right now does very little. What I need is some more iron. 1, 2, 3, 4 of that. And let's spit that in there. Thank you. let's go ahead and make a flash lens. And that, I've got the lens here, but it needs some of these fire charges. 1, 2. Now I've got a mana flash, or a mana lens type flash. So if you, oh, I got more mana back. I need to craft these two together, and that will put that lens in there. But before I do that, I want to grab me some ink. Do I have, oh, ink with a K. So I want to combine these two. Oh, give me a black dye. Here, let's put this together. And if I shoot, and I'm out of mana. Alrighty then. Here, let me. Oh, I must have clicked it because by default it's from whatever device you have into the pool, and I want to go the other way around. Give me some mana. There you go. And if you notice in the experience bar at the bottom, I've got that little bit of blue there. That tells me how much mana I have. And that just made for me a mana flare, and that's the default color. And that pulls that back out. I want it to be black. Put that back in there, and it's so dim, it's so hard to see. I love that. And then if you shoot them a second time, bye-bye. So it's a way of placing lights that are, you can shoot from a distance. How far a distance? Well, let's hit that. And ta-da! Light. And can I shoot it accurately enough? I love this blaster because that means I no longer need torches. These torches are great because they're waterproof and they're 15 brightness, but I really do like, and these are also waterproof and 15 brightness, which I love. All right, so I think for right now, I'm going to go get rid of that and get rid of that. There's two other things I want to get done. For that, I need to do a bunch more runes. I've gone ahead and made air, earth, fire, water, and mana. But, and again, these are fairly standard. They're in the book. Speaking of book, I don't get it. This Runic Altar still has something on it, and it still says that, I haven't unlocked something. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to keep pressing on. Oh, hey, rack. Can I put a drying rack right here? I can. Cool. Although I just changed my mind because I do. Oh, and I got that back, which is good. I only got one back. Oh, it's in here. Like a hopper. All right, slabs. I don't have many wood slabs. Spruce, do I have? I do have some spruce. Close that away. Nope, not drying rack. No. I just need a slab. Okay, I thought I needed 3. I really like the spice racks from Cooking for Blockheads because I can put stuff in them and that much instead of just one. Let's spread that out a little bit. Wand over there, book over there. There. So now I've got all that stuff stored right there. Very handy. And, you know, yeah, I could put it in there, but I like having it out and about. All right. I need to generate a lot more mana and get some other stuff going because there's 2 more things I want to build this episode. Did I say 2 things? Yeah, okay, maybe 3. Because over here I've got the enchanting area set up. It's not 100% set up because I need a few things. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and make some sparks. I love sparks. There's 3 sparks. And let's make some mana pylons. In fact, I've made the bits so I can make 6 of these mana pylons. I'll need more in a bit, but if I put them on top of these yellow flowers, and it really doesn't matter what the flowers are that you use as long as they're the Botania flowers, and you've got this structure here. These green ones need to be, again, no colors, and then there's tons of these, and you hit this, you go boink, and now that's an enchantable area. That's the enchanter for Botania, and we'll play with that later because I'm going to change my armor out. But let me answer Thorgal. Yeah, getting the seeds from Mystical Agriculture seems slower now. All right, so that is that done. And you probably spotted this already. So this is just a lapis and living rock. But I want to go ahead and make the Terrasteel agglomeration plate, which is a fun thing to say. And, oh, I want mana. I've got 16, so I've got sufficient of those. You could also do it by just take an entire iron block and dumping it in there. Oh, do you not? Oh, that may be an issue. All right, let's clear that, get those back. Iron, let's get a block of iron. Dump that in. There we go. So yeah, because of that recipe conflict, you have to dump it in with a block. All right, let's go ahead and take and put that guy right there in the center. Hit it with a spark. Hit this with a spark. Now they're all connected. And I much prefer using sparks instead of using anything else. The mana spreaders are way too ticky. And also slow. So if you can use sparks, I would definitely go with sparks all day long. And there's a floating like star in these. Oh, that's new. That must mean these are just basic sparks. Okay, this is going to eat up about half of my mana pool, which is not fun. 1, 2, 3. You're going to catch? There we go. Ta-da! Terrasteel. And that I want to turn into nuggets, because I want to make a few more things. I need to make 2 of these, which means I need 2 of these, which means I need 2 diamonds. Dunk, dunk. And spit those in there. Let's make 2 more of these. 1, 2. Drop that in there. Now we can make 2 of these. 1, 2. All right, so there's plenty of those. You have too much. YouTube. All right, so I need this. I also need living rock because I need 2 mana pools. 1, 2, and I need some of this stuff. Yep, he's waving at you. I need some glowstone. And I need 1, 2, 3 of those. And then if I remember the basic vanilla recipe for it, it's where the rest of the Terrasteel goes. There's my gateway. All right, so we're going to put the gateway over here because I really want to upgrade my sparks a whole bunch. I don't need my wand for right now. So the core goes right there. I'm going to put that, and you need to go away. And you need to go away. And let's put glimmering. Let's hop up. You and you and you and you and a glimmering here and there. And this we can break because I don't really need that, but I do want. I would like something other than normal there. Let's make some stairs, because why not? This is not part of the structure, but I like something to be completely wrong. That's what I want. Let's try that again. There we go. Yeah, see that looks nice. And I've got my pool, so let's go ahead and put a pool here. Put a pool there, and I need the pylons on top, but unfortunately I have no mana in them, so I'm gonna have to steal a little bit of mana. Spit that out. And I'm just going to steal it from there and get enough to get this to go. Gimme. And I do want a second Terrasteel pretty fast because I want to upgrade my Band of Aura. And if we U on this, if I just add a single Terrasteel, it will generate mana for me much faster. And so I'm liking that idea a lot. So let's toss that in there. You're getting a little bit more. Let's come over here and miss. Let's see, do you like that little bouncing action? That's it getting more mana over time and it reacting a little. No, don't pick it up. There we go. That's probably sufficient. So let's hit it with the wand. Get it out. Is that sufficient? Yes. All right. So that is now working, and that's got hardly any mana in it, and that hardly has any mana too. But that's still that works. So at this point, I've got. Let's turn on the jetpack and fly over here. I've got a very working Botania area here. And this is about as kind of tight-knit as I can make it and still have room without bonking too much into things. I bonk into those pylons a bunch. This needs to be fixed. The mana generation stuff is not as nice as I would like it. And I said I was going to automate that, but not this episode. I'm already way long in this episode. But I like how that's turning out. It's all lit up now with the flowers. You can see the gray flower there and the gray flower someplace else. I've got the gray flowers around. I decided not to use my my mana blaster on that. I do want to go through and take up all my torches and put down the mana flares. They're less obtrusive and I like them better. Also, for that, I need to get enough mana so I can get the second one, so my mana will grow even faster. I like this place. I like it. It's Botania to me has the ability to make some really cool looking non-tech stuff. You know, it's all living plants and cool stuff like that. But it's all tech still, really. You're just using mana instead of RF. It's still tech. But it's fun. And you get this nice little blaster here. Pew! Anyway, this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here on the FTOG All the Mods 4 server, having a blast. And I think Thorgal is doing the same sort of thing, so I'm very, very curious to see what he's doing. Go check out his channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.